name is Parmesh Shahani. Welcome to my simple abode in Viva Vikhroli. This is my office. We're at Godrej Industries, where I serve as Vice President and also run the Godrej India Culture Lab, which is by far one of the coolest, the coolest cultural space in the country at this moment. The Culture Lab started 5 years ago, and the whole idea was to create a unique kind of space in which we can cross-pollinate different ideas and people, all of whom are in their own way trying to make sense of the complexity of contemporary India, to understand the different changes happening, to catalog it, and also to provoke conversations between different people working on it. One of the key changes taking place in contemporary India happens to be this whole movement towards equal rights. There is an increased articulation of LGBT identity, especially after the very progressive 2009 Delhi High Court verdict, and then the really regressive 2013 Supreme Court judgment. Conversations around LGBT have increased. And also I happen to be out and proud as a gay person working in corporate India. It just so happened that a lot of the things that we do at our lab, at our culture lab, happen to be around LGBT in some way or the other. I would think about 1/3 of our programming touches upon LGBT issues, because we believe that these are fundamental issues, and the discussions taking place around them are fundamental in shaping how we will become as a country, as a civilization, as an idea. But because we are located inside a corporation, Godrej, the kind of stuff that we do here through the lab impacts the company. And we've seen over the past 5 years, just having constant flow of just conversations around LGBT, how it's made people at Godrej so much more open, so much more understanding. And it's kind of reflected in how the company thinks of LGBT issues. We have now one of the most LGBT friendly HR policies by any company in India, Indian owned or multinational. So I would say that we have, starting with, we don't discriminate. So we have very strong anti-discrimination clauses that doesn't allow anyone to discriminate on the basis of a whole variety of things, including sexual orientation, gender, performance, how one dresses, and so on. We're also very, very committed to creating an LGBT friendly organization through other policies. For example, if someone says that they happen to have a partner, then we offer the same benefits to LGBT partners that we would to heterosexual partners. Now this would be, so far there's been only one person who's availed of these benefits, but the fact is that they exist, and they exist for everyone. We've even gone so forth and made our adoption policy gender neutral and things like that. Maybe it's a little too early, because we're still at least at a legal scenario where 377 is not even been revoked. But we as a company are saying that we want to treat our employees, LGBT, heterosexual, whatever, just absolutely equally, and we are doing everything that we can to make sure that we don't discriminate as a company, which is very, very powerful for someone, say, like me, right, who's out and proud as a gay person working here, or some of my other colleagues. We have we recently hired our first transgender employee who specifically chose to come to Godrej because she had heard about the fact that we were not discriminatory, and she's been having a great time ever since she's joined. No one said anything. People have been incredibly supportive. So it all kind of, just accumulates. I think it's very important to come out, and you don't have to be an LGBT person to come out. You can even come out as a straight person and speak up for what is right. You will find, to your surprise, that often companies are not homophobic. It's just that for a lot of companies, LGBT diversity and inclusion is not something that's on their radar. So if you bring it up, you will find, to your surprise, that the company will say, yeah, of course. In my own case, when I joined Godrej, I wanted to work for a company that is LGBT friendly, and so I went to my boss, Nisa Godrej, and said, can we create an LGBT friendly company? She's like, you mean to say we're not? And then we looked at our HR anti-discrimination clause, and we realized that it had everything. We won't discriminate against anyone on the basis of caste, creed, religion, etc., but not sexual orientation. So it took us 5 minutes, and we said, you know what, let's just add this in. And suddenly, like in 5 minutes, we were on step 1 of our journey towards LGBT friendliness. But I had no opposition. In fact, everyone, all the senior managers, all the top management, everyone, all my colleagues were very, very supportive. And that's the thing. You will only find support when you speak up. If you don't speak up, how will you realize that there's a world out there that wants to support you? So my plea, I pray to all of you, LGBT, straight, etc., if you believe that we need to create an India in which everyone should be treated equally, irrespective of something so silly as who they choose to love, then you have to speak up for LGBT rights. You can do it in your college, you can do it in your workplace, you can do it anywhere. But the moment you speak up, you will realize that there are many, many allies around you who want to support you.